Hey guys, here with the 1988 Ford Bronco. It's got the 5.7 liter V8. It's got a 3rd gen alternator swap. Okay. It is cold. Here's the return line, putting my hand directly on the engine. Hell, EGR, stone cold. Brand new battery, 1216 on the sticker. For the alternator, I have a 150 amp inline fuse in the project box. The ignition switch works, as you can tell. It's just weird because you're not able to start it with the key because the tumbler is out of alignment with a rod. There's a rod. This is the old ignition switch. It still works. I thought it was the ignition switch has gone bad, but it turns out the rod that actuates it is out of place. So basically what happens is you have this little hole right here, and there's a rod that connects to the ignition tumbler right here that goes down and it clips into this. And basically what it does is this rod, when you turn the key, pushes forward like that. Okay. And if you give it a little bit of extra oomph, excuse me, grab this wrench should work. Okay. Sorry about my finger. This is really awkward to do. Give it a little bit extra oomph, and it springs forward for the start phase and then goes back. But the issue is the rod is connected one too far forward. So when you should be in the start position, it's actually in just ignition on position like that. So that needs to be realigned, possibly even replaced. That's really about it. Previous owner wired in the start button for it here. I'm not going to start it up just yet because it's a little loud and hard to talk over. Okay. These two tires aren't terrible. But you got bald tire and it's cracked. An even more bald tire, even more cracked. So they're going to need new rubber. It's got manual hubs. So 4-wheel drive is guaranteed to work. I still got the old alternator. If you have any problems with this one, the windows do work. The interior dash for the rear window does not work. A little bit of belt squeal. As you can see, it runs fine. Doesn't shift harsh. You got a little bit of steering play. It's to be expected of a truck this age. I mean, you're buying a basically 30-year-old truck, you're not going to get a perfect specimen. This is low mileage. I'll have the Carfax available tomorrow. This has 21,000 on a 5-digit odometer. So, you can't really say exactly how much miles it has. I can tell you the last reported mileage was like 2006 or something like that, and it was at 87,000. And it's, I have the mileage tracked all the way back to the original owner. It's entirely possible that in that 10-year period that mileage went unreported, that somebody could have put 100 and some odd thousand miles on it, making it a, excuse that ruckus in the back, that's just stuff I have. Okay. Yeah, it could be possible in 10 years somebody put 140,000-ish miles on it to make it 220,000 miles. But with a truck like this, I find that highly unlikely, seeing as how you're only looking about 8 miles a gallon. So, I'm assuming it's about 121,000. See, it drives nice. Stops fine. Shifts fine. Figure out what this guy's doing. I said it gets 8 miles a gallon. Keep in mind that was winter fuel, 4-wheel drive, 50% of the time, minimum, at least 50% of the time. Oversized tires. It's sitting on 33s. There is no lift kit on this. This is factory height. Excuse my fingers if they get in the way. This is 35 miles an hour. There's no funny sounds, there's no clunks, no clinks, no bangs. It doesn't buck. I'm going to go ahead and let the pipes ring. Do a little flooring session here. See, it accelerates fine. It's a C6, so it doesn't have overdrive, so you're looking at crappy mileage anyways. As you see, doesn't overheat. Okay, even sitting still. It runs fine. It does restart fine when warm. Final comment, only major rust concerns. You got some rust start up on the door here underneath the paint. You got surface rust on the bumper. I don't really care about that. Tailgate's rusting out pretty good. You got your door paint, you got your crappy 1980s American paint job. What do you expect? You do got a little bit of rust right here, but that can be sanded out. Let's see if we can get the window to work. Hopefully I don't break it. So window does work. So let's see if we can show you the underside of the truck. Okay. Nice and clean all underneath. Got your exhaust right here. Okay. No obvious signs of leak, except you got a little bit on the engine. That could just be the coolant running down from the hose I was talking about. Like your frame. Nice and clean for you. Yeah. It's a nice solid truck. Would be great for rock crawler hunting. Just if you have been in the market for a Bronco, it'd be excellent for that too. Won't let you down. Have a good night.